Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Subject we're talking about today is working on a WJ71 carburetor. You put a new kit in it, or if you feel something's not quite right with the carburetor, and you know there's more in it, yeah, and to adjust the pop-off. Alright, so it's pop-off mode, so show you how you can do it, where it is. Yeah, but anyway, so basically the tools you're going to need to do the job basically is a flathead screwdriver or Phillips, these sort of pumps, so you can pressurise your carburetor. So the WJ71 has one fitting. If you do the small bore, you put on the main line, the fuel's going in. On your vent one, you just block it off if you have two ports on your carburetor. Anyway guys, so this is a brand new WJ71. See, I managed to get the diaphragm off the bottom. And basically, first, if you want to check if it's got air leaks or whatever, is have a container, a small container, put your fuel in, just dip your carby in, submerge it, and just pump it up in your pump. No more than 25 psi. Okay. So, and don't, wait for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever. See no bubbles, everything's all good. Okay, so the other thing is, explain a couple of things about, alright. So, your diaphragm, actually, this is the bottom. Okay, that's actually got a hook onto the measure rod, which is there. Okay, it's got a little fork, trying to bring it up focus. You can see that, it's got a spot that it actually clicks into. Right, so what you're seeing there, that is the meter rod there, and you've got a needle and seat type of thing, so it shuts off the fuel, lets in more fuel in and out type of thing. So your diaphragm's pumping up and down on this meter rod here. Now, first thing, to check that meter rod is in the right spot, because that can cause issues. It's one of these gauges here. So you can see it does your WA small bore carburetors. On the side, which is what we want, it's WJ. WJ is this type of carburetor here. Now, quickest way, if you've got that and you've got one of these pumps, to see if your mid rod's in the right spot. So what we do, we'll just pump up some pressure. Now, what have we got? There you go. I should probably look on this auto focus on the screen, but anyway. But you're supposed to do this test with a bit of WD-40. Put in that bowl area there, or fuel. Okay. Put the fuel in that section there where the needle is. You're supposed to do this test when it's wet, so you get it more accurate. Anyway, this thing, the needle seat on the pop-off, it's more like 35 psi. To me, that don't seem right. There's a lot of psi pressure on that seat. Anyway, since I fill this up, right, so where we got it, 22, no bubbles or anything like that. Anyway, to see if that you meter rod's in the right position, you actually put the gauge on here, and if it's a fraction high, on the focus here, let me get there. See it popped off? The meter rod's too high. Okay, this is brand new, so that needs to be adjusted first before you do any adjustments to do a pop-off mode. Right, to do that, to adjust it, well, this meter rod plate there, the rocker, this tab has got to be bent down a little bit. Right, down a little bit. You cannot bend these rockers up and down too much, you will break them. Okay, but doing small adjustments, all that's fine. That tab's got to be bent down. So basically for this task there, you're going to need, say, 2 screwdrivers. Basically, oops, can't be there. So I use that one there, I'm just saying. And I'll use this one. So I'll quickly just show you. In front of the needle, a little plate there, you're going to be holding that down. And you'll be going to be bending down this tab a little bit where the hook piece is, down slightly. Alright, see what we got. Pressure up. Alright, so about 25 psi, doesn't matter. Get your gauge. So it still needs to go down a bit more. You can bend it with your finger. There's my thumbnail. Pretty strong that the middle, eh? But anyway, here we go. So you can see, right, that worked better actually, using a screwdriver closer to the needle, hold that down, use my fingernail with my thumb to bend that plate. Okay, so basically, and you just got to make sure you don't have daylight underneath it. Bit hard to do. I'll do that later, but anyway, you guys get the idea. This gauge must just sit on that plate. So I know now it's not too high. No, it's not too high because it's not popping off the needle. Okay, so all I did, the opposite way if you've gone down a fraction too much down, is you just get underneath it and bend it up a fraction. Okay, and keep checking the gauge. Alright, so this was doing about popping off around about 40. So the mode you got to do, I like to get it down, popping off at 20, and sort of sitting on about 12 per side on the seat. It'll sit there all day. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do now, the main thing is there's a spring underneath this, the meter rod. Okay, careful not to lose that because you'll have bigger problems. Okay, so to adjust the metering and the pop hole, you're going to undo this screw here, right, to take this meter rocker off. Now, put your finger over top, undo the screw, then have a piece of cloth or something so any part drops, you're going to see it. Anyway, so I'm going to take the meter spring out. Make sure your screwdriver is sort of magnetic, makes it easy to do the job. On these screws, and plus putting the screw in. Now, then we're going to lift up slowly. Okay, there's your meter rod, and that holds your needle on the other side. Here's what they call a meter spring. Okay, now I'm not going to crop this spring. What I did with me WJ71 from my Rovan engine, it had the same PSI on the seat. It was way too high. I ended up clipping it. You can only do one coil at a time. Basically, I worked out to about 22 PSI on the seat, popping off completely, and dropping down to say 12. It was still on 12 PSI on the seat all day. Okay, you got to have side cutters to do this. Right, here's your side cutters. I'm not going to chop this here, but you'll be cutting one coil at a time. Try and get this focus. One at a time. One. It worked out to me it was actually two. Don't cut more than two. Then after you've done that, put it back into the carburetor where it come from. Right. So just remember, don't lose this spring. You can buy it. Okay. There's the rocker there. Make sure you put it in the same way it came out. Just in there. Real careful with this. Now I'll go get the screw. Right, now when you put the screw in, not too tight, because it's quite easy to do the threads. snip it up. Okay, so after you take 2 coils off, pump it up, and it should come up. So it was popping off on 22 on the carburetor I got on the Rovan motor, 71 cc's, and it bled down to, I'll show you on the gauge. And it dropped down and stayed on, say 12, 13 psi. Right. Okay, so any questions you find? So after you've done this mode, let's remember that the diaphragm only goes on one way, and your main thing is that you make sure that diaphragm, the bottom piece, see, that's where the fork goes in, it's locked in. Okay, you'll know if you're locked in because all lines up, and just put it all back together, guys. So, enabled to do the pop-up mode, this has to come off so you can do your testing with your pump. You can buy them on eBay, these things, do the job. Okay, so I did start the Rovan 71 up, and on cold start up real easy. It's just a matter now, I'll take it for a test run, and then we'll adjust all the mixtures again. So yeah, because if you have too much PSI on that needle, that can cause lean. Not enough PSI on that seat with the metering, it'll run rich. Okay, so this is the experiment I'm trying out on the Rovan 71 engine. Last video talk about the Taylor 35 cc's. It's got a WJ71 carbon, but that meter has been adjusted. That wasn't by me, it was from Taylor, because that originally was on my Supreme 71 engine. I'm not going to pull that apart and adjust it, but I will actually, I'm interested to see what the pop-up is on that. Anyway, I did run it, like I shed 1.5 kilos off. Actually, absolutely goes now. If I had plenty of grip and all that type of thing, I figure a 9,500 spring would solve the problem. When it hits the loose stuff, it gets on pipe real easy. Yes, it's going good. So keep on the next couple of videos. One was how we went with the adjustable pop-off mode on the Rovan. Plus I finished putting together the ABR 34 reed. We're putting one of these 10 chaser type of cages on. It's got me identical to the Taylor 35, and we're just going to do compare runs and you get the cert all. Yeah. Right guys, I'm out. The rest of making this video too long. See you next time.